Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Seamaster 2017 ITTF World Tour Grand Finals. The last match of the night could be the best. For the new color headband, it's Timo Boll, the 2017 ITTF male star, against Wang Chunting of Hong Kong. Should be an exciting battle here. Timo Boll with years and years of glory and playing right now like it's 2005. Had a lot of conversations with Timo recently. I'll tell you a bit about those. Here's Mario Refrascini, our umpire from Italy. Now, Wang Chunting is also quite an interesting character with an interesting story, developing in the sport quite late. So Timo Boll, anywhere he goes in the world, is definitely a favorite with the crowd. There's no place I've seen him go where he hasn't had full support. Caterina Farago from Italy, our assistant umpire here. I think also is teaching Chinese in Italy, so quite comfortable. Timo Boll goes to China many times a year to do exhibitions. He's had one of the most exhausting years of his life. Between all his exhibitions in China, the World Tour, T2, European Champs, league play as well. Quite interesting to see. Had a chance to talk to his teammate recently, Sharad Kamal Achanta of India. Big fan. Sharad Kamal said he's always looked up to Timo, not just for his abilities in the sport, but his abilities as a person, just the way he is so genuine, honest, and humble. Wang Chunting also incredibly kind, 26 years old. Wow, time flies. Remember hearing stories when he was just coming up, the Spanish Open in 2015 where he broke out, played an incredible tournament. And Timo Boll, currently world ranked number 5, 36 years old, second seed in the tournament. From hand switching to having the point of the day yesterday, he's just so spectacular to watch. He seems to be enjoying table tennis more and more. I think he was fighting a lot before, still fighting. There's Lu Guodong, brother of Lu Guoliang, coach for the Hong Kong national team. He's coached all around the world. But I was gonna say, with age and experience, Timo just seems to really treasure the moments. Just give it his all, go for it. He's got Jörg Roskopf in the corner, the 2017 ITTF Star Coach of the Year. Timo Boll was the Ask a Pro Anything player this week. We did our interview already and had a long bus ride to talk before that. So we'll see. Wang Chunting to start with the serve. That's the backhand. When it's on, it is so difficult. Xu Xin has a little bit more variety in his backhand, but in terms of consistency, Wang Chunting has the more consistent backhand. Oh, way short on the backhand. After a solid lob deep on the table, wanted to take advantage of the opportunity. Strong start for Wang Chunting. Oh, surprise, surprise. A lot of underspin on that reverse pendulum. He varies it up so well, but it's loaded. Fast pace of play, Timo Boll, 2005. Here he is in 2017. Just amazing. Again, when I asked Timo, what do you think is responsible for your excellent play, your resurgence? He said, yeah, you know, the ball quality is very good. He said the new ball, it's so honest on the bounce. It's so consistent. Now, many times we've seen Timo Boll switch hands when he's pushed out wide to the forehand side, coming back. I've asked him, he doesn't feel like he has much touch on the right-hand side. The angle, too, very flexible with that wrist. This is something that comes with experience. Knowing how to use the wrist and add that little bend to the ball to make it less comfortable, less reachable. Wang Chunting got through Vladimir Samsonov just earlier today. Very exciting match. We could hear the crowd roaring. Solid opening loop. Now, one thing that Timo Boll has done very well throughout his career is use spin and the varieties of spin to be quite unpredictable. Longer serve, but well read by Wang Chunting. Takes it right back into the body of Timo Boll. Win that touch play. Timo Boll decides a little bit late that he's going to take a backhand spin shot. Little trouble on the receive there. Rarely is Timo Boll fooled. Again, he's been around for some time. He's seen it all, pretty much anyway. Wow, Wang Chunting recovers after falling off to the forehand side. Look at this, quickly regains his composure, gets low. A few points in a row now. Timo Boll hasn't looked to be quite on point the way he has been throughout most of 2017. Although he's had his ups and downs and still managed to come back. It's a best-of-7 match. He's lost first games to many people, including Harimoto the first time they played this year. Oh, can't get much more fortunate than that, dribbling over the top of the net. Wang Chunting's been playing well, but a little bit of luck there. Quality opening backhand, 6 game points for Wang Chunting. Now, Wang Chunting, even when Fan Zhendong was pretty dominant and almost nobody could touch him, gave him a very close match. Turning from the middle on the backhand corner, covering with the forehand. Timo does not put it down. Dominant game 1 for Wang Chunting. We will see if the comeback artist, the experienced legend, the man of 2017, Timo Boll, will come back. Game 2 coming up right after this.
Aber kurz kommt sie eigentlich gut rein. Jetzt war nur der zweite Ball, dass du da bereit bist, weiter zu spielen. Ja, du hast einen Ball gespielt, sofort aufgehört zu spielen. Ja. Weiter bewegen, ja, das ist wichtig. Ja. Fokus aufbauen, nicht lang anspielen. Das ist die Qualität, spielst auf jeden Fall. Ja. Auf geht's, komm mal hier. Auf geht's, auf geht's!
Back for game number 2. You can hear the auf geht's from Jörg Roskopf trying to pump up Timo. His energy looking a little bit low about halfway through the game. I know he's been quite, I'd say, tested. He's playing so much this year. The 1-2. As fast as they come, right back and out the other way. In one door, out the other. Look at this, short stroke. Talked to Timo about his short strokes. He's like, well, yeah, you've got the fastest sport in the world, right? Maybe not much time for a long stroke. So we developed that quite young. Oh, out of reach, the bending inside-out forehand. Look at Timo here. I thought maybe he'd slow it down, leave it out in front. But he tends to stay closer to the table, and that creates these angles. Takes a lot of willpower to stay in that close. So quick for that backhand, but Wang Chunting playing quite well as well. This is smart placement. Timo Boll not rushing and trying to play it out wide to the forehand. Sees Wang Chunting starting to move and plays it right back to where he came from. It's like thinking moves ahead. Timo knows he's going to be in position, and Wang Chunting tries to play that ball cross court if he does. Perfect placement though on the flip. Now the short game should favor a pen holder, especially on the forehand side. You just have more flexibility with the wrist to generate that spin. Speaking of spin, Timo at the back of the table spins hard, ducks to get out of the way. We talked about physical fitness. Timo said he was stronger in 2005, but he's still working very hard to be quite fit. And to look at the guy, you might think he's more physically fit now, even if he is feeling a little slower or actually is a little slower. But also with age comes experience and knowledge. Timo Boll much smarter now. Recently released his online coaching. The way Wang Chunting looked at that, he was quite curious, it seemed. Mistiming the backhand counter. Timo still up by one. So I think Wang Chunting had an early lead on Vladi earlier today. Vladi came back. Oh, the crisp one. As soon as Timo Boll gets a little bit more time, he plays his forehand. His technique is quite unusual. It's a bit different than other players, but it's clearly effective. No question about it. Not everybody beating Ma Long. Or Lin Gaoyuan for that matter. So Timo Boll continues his streak up 4. So curious with all the players left in this tournament. So many strong players. Xu Xin is not one of them anymore. He's been eliminated. Courtesy of Fan Zhendong. This is a bit of a break here for Wang Chunting. Leaves it short near the net. Not an easy ball to play. But still, I think for Timo, usually he'll make this shot. Timo makes it work, running it down on the forehand side. Pressure from the wide forehand. Wang Chunting with excellent placement. Watch the way Timo comes down from that shot. Again, keeping her balance. Top edge of the racket, 3-point differential now. Little fun fact, the winner of this match will play Fan Zhendong in the semifinals. Some big points here for Timo. After being up 9-5, has 2 serves, a chance to win the game. Missing the contact, now it's just a chance to hang on to the lead. Earn himself game points. He'd have 2 if he takes this point. Wow, perfect placement. Wang Chunting goes the other way and Timo plays it out. World champion in doubles, Jorg Roskopf there. Look at that, surprise. Timo Boll's got that placement. Double fish plug there. Sponsor. 2 game points to Timo Boll. Once again, Wang Chunting not having enough faith in the backhand, runs around for the forehand. 11-8, Timo ties it up. We'll be back for game number 3 to see who takes the lead right after this.
Wenn du einen Rückhand spielst, musst du bereit sein für den Ball, dass er bei dir weiter rauskommt. Ja? Aufschlagen. Ja? Du kannst mal den geraden Aufschlag machen. Wenn du überstehst, dann weißt der flippt dich an, bereit sein für den nächsten Ball. Ja? Die Platzierung ab und zu mal den Ball in die Mitte zu spielen, ja? Das ist gut. Ja, weil er steht sehr viel mit Rückhand. Ja? In den Ball läuft er manchmal, aber am Anfang steht er mit der Rückhand, da kannst du mal spielen. Ja? Und weiter konzentriert bleiben. Ja?
一个叫慢高这个，一定要每个球都要精细一点。一看见上面就不要侥幸，该拧就拧起来，别多的反手，别几百以后就开那个什么就正手多上手，啊，球路没问题啊。
Back for game number 3. Timo taking the second game and tying it up here. Wang Chunting has been quite unpredictable in terms of performance. Again, he climbed up, broke into the world top 10. And then has had a little bit of a dip here and there. Nothing too much to write home about recently. Even had a tough experience in India in ultimate table tennis. He's the top world ranked player for the men. Didn't have an overwhelmingly successful season. Oh, break off the edge there, Timo, deep to the corner. Still returnable, but not an easy one. You could tell by the timing of Wang Chunting. Would have been a much more playable ball if it had a clean bounce. Oh, fooled on the serve, shovel serve. Dumped into the net, first point split. Wang Chunting quite fast. You can see him breaking out for that forehand. Timo finds the openings on the table quite quickly. So Wang Chunting was well inside the top 10 for some time, has dropped down to world rank number 14 currently. Again, one of the top 2 pen holders in the world. Short stroke from Timo, covering the middle with that forehand. A little bit in near the body. Not as much as I realized. It was just a short stroke, not a full extension. Right into the sweet spot. Timo right back in it, ties it up. First towel break of the game, and Timo has played many tournaments this year tired. After beating Gustavo Tuboy at the Men's World Cup, looked like he wanted to pass out. So compliments to Gustavo Tuboy. But that definitely wasn't the biggest fish in some senses, the most memorable victory for Timo Boll after beating Lin Gao Yuan. And then beating Ma Long after that. Congratulations to Ma Long, becoming a father recently. So now up by 2. Awkward last ball. Strong fight. Many quality shots from Timo. When he gets that far behind the table, though, it's just going to be tough to control the points so much. Hooking side spin. You can see how much this ball accelerates off the bounce with Timo's top and side spin. Attempted chop block comes way up high. Earns a 2-point lead and then quickly spends it. Wang Chunting coming right back in. Soft backhand flip. Now with all the soft play that Timo does, it's often followed up with a quicker ball or when the player's way behind the table. But Wang Chunting, for the last several points, 3 in a row now, hasn't been phased. Whoa, what a serve. Second bounce kicks the opposite way. It's a reverse pendulum serve, so you could expect that, but not such a drastic kick. Not to mention Wang Chunting playing a high-risk game so far on the receive and early in the rally. He knows that against Timo, if he can push him back off the table, it's going to be way to his advantage. Second service dump into the net we've seen, faster this time. 1 point lead for Wang Chunting. And in the rally, when they're both behind the table, Wang Chunting is quite fast. The acceleration on this backhand, 2 nice shots. Variety of placement there, the parallel to finish. Nice counter off the bounce. Just thinking back to Wang Chunting's serve, for table tennis fans who've been watching for some time, it was reminiscent of the Ma Lin serve, where he quickly contacts the ball and circles around the outside of it after contacting the inside of the ball. The angled Timo right at the back of the table, and the serve sets it up. He was up 5-3, then down, and right now ties it back up at 8 apiece. Oh, to the very corner of the table, and Wang Chunting pulls out an incredible shot. I mean, that's baseline of the table. For him to get such an angle on that backhand, it's high risk. You can understand why Timo's head was turned sideways. Not to say that the shot coming to him is a bad shot, but it doesn't usually finish the point against Timo. We've seen him counter tougher shots. 2 game points here to Wang Chunting. Spinny backhand, change of trajectory, change of pace. We've seen Timo save, what, 7 match points in the last game against Lin Gaoyuan. 8 in total in that match. I think it was 1 in game 6 as well. So the counter backhand goes long. This is the point of the match so far, but I don't think it will be for long. It's only game 3, and now we're going to move on to 4. What a way to work. Wang Chunting testing. I thought we were going to see a right hand from Timo Boll in that rally. Spectacular points, and 11-9, Wang Chunting takes it. We'll be back for game number 4 right after this.
Ja, dass du den Winkel verkürzt dann weiter. Ja? Und immer noch so, wenn du Vorhand von nächstes Mal dann schickt er den Schrittball. Versucht ein bisschen zu verblocken, aber einen weicheren Block in die Mitte reinzuspielen. Ja, dann hast du eine gute Chance, den nächsten Ball Angriff zu spielen. Ja? Der lange Aufschlag, der war auch gut gewesen. Ja, er läuft sehr schnell, läuft er schon mit der Rückhand dann ins Rückspiel. Ja, das ist eigentlich spannend. Und selbst du auch.
基本全是上旋球，摆不住的。啊，都是前手掌无意失误，前几百前手掌无意失误，只让中上的质量就够了啊，好吧啊。
Here we are for game number 4. Wang Chunting leading 2 games to 1 right now. Timo Boll, when I saw him the other day, his back was a little bit sore. Didn't sound like anything permanent, just sounded like he's been overworked a bit. Quite tired, but he's doing push-ups many times at his practice session right before the match. He likes the tension, and you can see it. It's funny, it's a fine balance of staying loose and having that spring. Nice shot off the backhand there. Wang Chunting handling the soft spinny ball. Just long. Subtle contact, not the wave around, not the Ma Lin serve. Curious if we'll see that again, if it's just my imagination. Not too many people fool Timo on serves, and Wang Chunting's done it at least 3 times so far in this match. Beautiful backhand, tucked and ripped. Now again, Timo Boll has been one of the only players to be a serious threat to the Chinese in the last 15 years. I guess Werner Schlager in 2003 was in the last 15 years. But Timo's timing, he stays in. As I mentioned before, those short strokes, this variety of spin. He's very compact, plays aggressively on top of the bounce. I feel like it was about a year ago we were talking about why Vladia has sustained and why Timo Boll might not last as long, but he's recuperated physically. He looks outstanding out there, in great shape, and this year he's really shown the world he can come back. It has been a year for Germany. Dmitry Ovtcharov will be world #1 in January. Timo Boll, the star athlete of 2017. Star coach Jorg Roskopf. Wow, touch shot, leaves it out in front of Wang Chunting. Smart play. Not easy to do though, really softens that ball up. See how uncomfortable that body position is for Wang Chunting, turns sideways. Tough to get the footing right for that ball. Timo spins from the back of the table, not sure what the apology's for. But Timo, as kind as they come, I think he'll apologize for just about anything that he feels gives him a little bit of an advantage, or is a little bit fortunate. And service right back. That reverse pendulum. I think it's the second time we've seen Wang Chunting dump it into the bottom of the net. Quality forehand up 9-2. Timo looking to tie up the score. This reminds me a little bit of, I saw the highlights of Yuya Oshima in the first round versus Timo Boll. Score-wise, I believe they were tied up at 2-2. We're not there yet, but it's 8 game points to Timo. Second towel break of the game, and you'd think surely anyone who can come back from down 4-10 would have trouble losing from up 10-2. He had 10-6 at the China Open in Game 7 on Dima, not 10-2. Wow, merciless. Caution to the wind. I don't know if merciless is the right thing to say for someone who's down 2-10, but either way, Wang Chunting saves a game point. There we go, Timo Boll takes it 11-3, absolute domination for the 4th game. And they are split. Let's see what happens. Game number 5, the plot thickens, and we'll be back for game 5 right after this. As the players come back for game number 5, Timo Boll with a bit of momentum here, 11-3 in that last game, but after losing the first game 11-4, Timo Boll is only outscoring Wang Chunting 35 to 33 points so far in this match. Again, Timo Boll at the back of the table. If he can stay there, keep Wang Chunting away, he's going to be quite controlling and tough to beat. Again, very steady in the block game, but his spin variety, his angles. Wang Chunting comes in though, puts the pressure on from over the table. Forehand flip, the short game, the earlier in the point you can get that attack in. If it's quality, it's going to pay off. Timo. It's going to say bold. B-O-L-L-E-D. Wang Chunting was bold. Have to wonder what was up with that sound. Quite a loud bang sound. Both players had to play through it. Heavy top and side from under the table though from Wang Chunting. Oh, look at this. Full extension, wide forehand. Timo short stroke right back down the line. Under pressure, world class. I mean, this is coming from the man who dove off the Lingao Yuan net, table, net, and then another piece of the table and hit a roller. Oh no! What a save! Wang Chunting! It looked like he contacted the ball while he was holding the racket. I think Jorg Roskopf saying, did he? Did he let go? Let's watch it one more time. Yep, that's his point. Drops it after he just doesn't have to be holding it once he's played the ball. As long as he's holding the racket when he plays the ball, he doesn't have to be holding the racket to win the point anymore. Wow, what an escape. Oh, burned. Turn, I dare you to turn, Timo says. Don't turn your back on me. Step around for that forehand, okay. I see that. Wang Chunting knows as soon as he goes. What a response to losing a point with no racket in the hand of the opponent. Think of the second half of game number one that a lot of Timo's backhands weren't coming into play. Since then, his percentages have gone way up. Quite frankly, Timo's been more confident with his backhand than Wang Chunting, but also able to finish the points with his forehand more. It's another one of those backhands down the line, the parallel winner from Timo. That serve again. He's done it a few times so far in this match, a few of which have been lets, but deep to the backhand corner, right in near the body, long enough to start the rally. Wang Chunting isn't too comfortable. We've seen him a few times play that cross-court backhand, his reverse penhold backhand. Oh, and the Timo Boll trick comes right back to haunt him. Very smart play, Wang Chunting playing it down the line here, changing up the pattern, not going for the safe shot. As soon as he starts making that move, he knows where Timo's likely to go. It's usually Timo saying that. Timo, a bit of a wizard on the table, tends to be in the right place at the right time. Reads the body language of the opponent, reads the mind of the opponent. Spinny shot puts Wang Chunting within one. Looking down to see if there'd be a timeout. Not yet. Timo saves him for a little bit later. He's got Roscoff in the corner. Wow, soft block on top of the bounce. Timo leaves it out in front of Wang Chunting, and it pays off. Again, even when Timo chose, there's this humility to it. Like he's surviving, like he really deserves the cho. It's far from flaunting. Gets Wang Chunting's footwork tripped up a little bit on the court. Playing it right into the middle while he's out on the forehand side. There it is. Wang Chunting looking down at the ground, figuring out what it was with the footwork and the flooring. A 3-point lead for Timo Boll to go up 3-2. He's still got a little ways to go, though. A soft one, but Wang Chunting plays it wide to the forehand. No time for messing around. He gets a soft one. He's going to try to stay in here. A little bit closer to the table this time. Plays a little bit riskier, and it pays off. Oh, the opportunity was there. Had it set up for him. Completely paid for. All he had to do was accept the gift. Though I guess still, the way Wang Chunting won that point without the racket in the hand, things have evened out a bit. Timo still has 2 game points left after Wang Chunting's parallel. Quick to get to the towel for the 3rd towel break. Love the drift of that serve. Reminds me a lot the Ma-Lin serve. Less after motion, but still the disguise on the contact is quite effective. 2 game points left for Timo. Perfectly placed right into the backhand. Not sure if Timo was going for a chop block on that. Didn't seem like a high percentage shot, but quality ball coming in from Wang Chunting. 1 more game point left for Timo. Oh, the backhand up big time right here. After a streak from up 10-7, Wang Chunting with 2 in a row, some quick points, and Timo earns himself a 3rd game, and he's 1 game away from moving on to the semifinals. He's got to get through a tough opponent first. Wang Chunting, Timo Boll, game number 6 coming up right after this.
他这种你看他不会挑，也不过来拧，后边你把这基本上全是这种推啊摆这种球，后边你发上旋发的特别好，就给他发上旋这种球，是吧？尽量这种球里边不让他给你力度，这样就这种球里边他轻轻推的话，哎，稍微力度质量低一点的话，这个球就拉出去。你包括你看。
And we are back for game number 6. Players back at the table. Hong Kong's Wang Chunting, 26-year-old penholder sensation at the bottom of the screen. One of the most admired legends in the game. Timo Boll right there with the serve leading 3-2. Second bounce on the opponent's half of the table. Half-long serve, that's the shorter side of a half-long serve. 10 years difference between these 2 players. You have to wonder if Timo was getting ready to switch to the right hand after running down that wide forehand. Slipped for a moment. Goes for that wristy backhand. Running Wang Chunting around the table a bit. Timo Boll takes the lead. Right in at the table, moves in to get it quickly. Roscoff deeply in support, chewing the gum there. Again, we've got an all-star team right now in Germany. Two very strong players at the top of the squad. A few pretty solid to follow. Timeout here, Wang Chunting. I think so. Seems appropriate. He'll go talk to Lu Guodong. Wang Chunting early on in this match was able to create some wide angles with that backhand. Again, the penhold grip should be good for over the table play from that forehand flip kill or just a forehand flip anywhere on the table. And my Cantonese isn't so sharp. It does seem there's a lot of conversation about the shovel serve. There's got to be something sort of sweet about coming from Generation Penhold and coaching one of the last penholders at the top of the game. And of course, Lu Guoliang, very memorable penholder, Grand Slam champion, legend of the sport who retired young. And his brother out here, lesser known as a player, but from that generation. Gonna try to help Wang Chunting find some answers here. Even on the backhand side, he gets a lot of wrist for that reverse penhold backhand. Could probably use it over the table. But Timo with that length on the serve. Wang Chunting has no easy receive there. Trying to remember what it would be like, what it has been like to see Timo versus Shibaev. Watching the way Timo Boll shows that it's not about looking at the opponent or shouting to the opponent. Spinny ball in the streak continues. Timo Boll in outstanding shape right now. Up 7-1 and 3-2 from down 1-2 in games. It was game number 3 that Wang Chunting was able to take 11-9. Excellent point here from Wang Chunting. Not a bad setup for Timo. Lets the ball dangle off the edge of the table just a little bit. Still in a confident position from that point. No! Oh, if he had made that shot, he's done crazier things. Diving for this ball. Timo diving once again. He just enjoys himself so much. Can't keep it low, but comes back. Not far off. Not far off. If Timo had won that from on his stomach, reaching up, I saw this in badminton once. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. But if Timo wins that point, I apologize for what happens to your eardrums based on my reaction. And a forewarning, I apologize in the future for anything similar, but it might happen. Big point for Timo to retain, get back to a 5-point lead. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen Timo make shots from the ground, not in near the table blocking when someone's smashing right near the net. I want to see that. Timo so solid right now. Wang Chunting having trouble with the combination of side and topspin from Timo. Look at this. Ball really takes a bounce. The same can be said for Wang Chunting's backhand. I had a little chance to try and block it. It really curves. But Timo doesn't seem to be too bothered by it right now. Very much in control. 2 serves here. And it is 7 match points for Timo. hate to say to cruise because it was a tight match early on. And there it is, Timo Boll, fist in the air, continues on over Wang Chunting. Wang Chunting got the best of Vladi, but not Timo. The man of 2017, the ITTF star male player, has moved on over Hong Kong's #1, the #2 pen holder in the world. And the bandana brings superpowers, Timo Boll. Great respect, a thumbs up, a good handshake as always, and a humble but hard-fought victory. There it is with the coach of the year. So Timo Boll, Dima, and Roscoff continue on together. We will see what happens. It's Fan Zhendong versus Timo Boll in the next round. And on the other side in the semifinals, we've got nothing determined yet. Dmitry Ovcharov versus Tomokazu Harimoto in the quarters, and Fang Bo versus Lin Gaiyuan in the other quarters.